The story of Gideon is found in the book of Judges in the Old Testament. Gideon, an unlikely hero, was chosen by God to deliver Israel from the oppression of the Midianites. His journey from doubt to courageous faith is one of remarkable transformation and trust in God. At the time, the Israelites were suffering under the harsh rule of the Midianites, who raided their land and destroyed their crops. In desperation, the people cried out to God for help. God chose Gideon, a young man from the tribe of Manasseh, who was hiding in a winepress threshing wheat to avoid the Midianite raiders. One day, an angel of the Lord appeared to him, saying, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." Startled and doubtful, Gideon questioned why God would allow such suffering if he were truly with them. But God reassured Gideon, saying, "Go in the strength you have and save Israel out of Midian's hand. Am I not sending you?" Gideon felt unworthy and unsure, asking for a sign to confirm that God had truly chosen him. He prepared an offering of goat meat, unleavened bread, and broth, which the angel miraculously consumed in flames. Still hesitant, Gideon asked for two more signs. First, he placed a wool fleece on the ground and asked God to make the fleece wet with dew while the ground remained dry. The next day, he reversed the request. God granted both signs, and Gideon gained confidence that he was indeed chosen. Gideon assembled an army to fight the Midianites, but God told him there were too many men, lest Israel claim victory by their own strength. God instructed Gideon to reduce the numbers by first allowing any fearful men to leave. Of the original 32,000 soldiers, 22,000 left. God further instructed Gideon to take the men to drink water, selecting only those who drank with their hands instead of lapping like dogs. This left 300 men, a tiny force against the vast Midianite army. That night, God instructed Gideon to take his servant and spy on the Midianite camp. There, Gideon overheard a soldier's dream, which foretold the Midianite defeat by Gideon's hand. Encouraged, he returned to his camp and divided his 300 men into three groups. Armed with trumpets, clay jars, and torches, rather than weapons, they surrounded the Midianite camp. At Gideon's signal, the men blew their trumpets, broke the jars, and shouted, "A sword for the Lord and for Gideon!" The noise and lights threw the Midianite camp into confusion, and they turned on each other in panic. The Israelites then pursued the fleeing Midianites, securing a miraculous victory without traditional warfare. Gideon's story shows how God can use anyone, even those who feel unworthy, to accomplish great things. He became a judge of Israel, bringing peace for 40 years. Despite his doubts, Gideon's journey reveals the power of faith and the importance of obedience, showing how God's strength shines in our weaknesses.